My beloved child, I call you to listen closely in this moment, for I long to share my heart with you, reminding you that I see every hidden corner of your life and care for you beyond your comprehension, no matter how overwhelming your burdens may feel. I am always by your side, watching over you in the stillness of night and the brightness of day, and I will not depart from you, even for a single breath. Do not wonder if I have forgotten you, because my presence enfolds you in the darkest valley, guarding your steps and surrounding you with tender mercies that never fail. Be assured, I am here to uplift your spirit and comfort your soul, guiding you toward hope and fulfillment. I feel your moments of doubt when the weight of this world tries to crush your hope, and I urge you to come to me without hesitation, for my heart is wide open and my arms are ever ready to embrace you. You are never alone, for I am your rock, the one who steadies your feet on uncertain ground, and I promise to remain steadfast, no matter how fierce the storms of life may rage. Trust in my unwavering purpose, for I have known you from the dawn of your being, and I have ordained a plan that will bring you into a place of peace and assurance, where all fear loses its power. Find courage in this truth, and remember, brighter days await you. My promise of constant companionship was not spoken lightly. I cherish your presence and rejoice in every step you take toward me, no matter how small or tentative it may seem. Do not let the past define you, because I have already covered your failings with my boundless grace, and each new day is a fresh beginning, brimming with my love. Hold fast to this certainty that my commitment to you is eternal, and my desire is to see you thrive in every way. Welcome my protection and my guidance, for through this assurance, your heart will find rest in the promises of tomorrow, carrying you forward in hope and joy. My precious child, I want you to understand your worth in my eyes, for you are a treasure like no other, shaped by my hand with exquisite purpose and unwavering love. Just as a fine jewel reflects the light it captures, you reflect my compassion and grace into the world around you, shining far more brightly than you could ever imagine. Do not discount your gifts or your calling, for I have blessed you with the ability to bring kindness, hope, and warmth to those in need of comfort, and I take delight in every act of mercy you share. Hold on to that truth. You are of great value, woven into a destiny that is both divine and unique. Every time you draw near me in whispers of prayer or moments of silent reflection, I am filled with joy and anticipation because your voice is dear to me and your heart is a carefully tended garden that I delight in nurturing. I rejoice over the smallest stirring of faith within you, celebrating even the faintest spark that reminds you of my unfailing presence. Do not forget how closely I watch over you, for I am not a distant observer, but the very one who designed your being, knowing your talents, your desires, and your dreams long before you recognize them yourself. Even now, I smile upon you, taking pleasure in your willingness to seek the fullness of what I offer, convinced that a far greater glory lies ahead. In moments when you question your significance or the part you play in this vast creation, remember that I made you for a time and purpose such as this, and there is no one else exactly like you. I formed each cell of your body, each beat of your heart, so that your life could be a harmony of grace and testimony to my goodness, demonstrating the care I have poured into everything that bears my imprint. I stand proud, watching you grow in understanding, learning to see yourself through my eyes, and boldly stepping into the calling that resonates deep within your soul. Be encouraged, my child, for I see all you can become, and my pride in you is boundless. I know the grief you carry when the world becomes too heavy, burdening your spirit with troubles that seem insurmountable, draining your strength and leaving you with tears you cannot fully articulate. I am acutely aware of those sleepless nights when anxiety looms over your future, casting shadows of doubt that whisper, lies about your capacity to endure. When you are lost in that quiet darkness, remember that I hear every cry of your heart, just as I felt the anguish of my people in centuries past, and my compassion has not diminished. Release your worries into my care because I am near, waiting to lift your burdens and provide the comfort that you crave. Even when your sorrows spill into your daily routine, perhaps as a lingering sense of inadequacy at work or an unspoken tension in your family, I recognize the weight these unhealed wounds place on your shoulders. Nothing escapes my notice, and every time your spirit trembles under the strain, I rush to strengthen you with a grace that surpasses understanding, so that you may rise again and walk forward. Do not feel ashamed to weep when the pain grows too large to contain, for I will collect every tear, and I promise not to let a single drop be wasted. Hope grows even in the soil of sorrow, and I am the gardener who tends it carefully. In the times you feel isolated, convinced that no one truly sees or values you, please remember, I am the one who formed your heart and established your worth. Thus, your loneliness is never lost on me. I share in your struggles and send you reminders of my unwavering presence through a timely word from a friend or the still small whisper in your mind that says, "Take heart, for I am here." Even if you feel abandoned by those around you, I promise never to leave you, for my commitment is not dependent on your success, perfection, or popularity. You will find that my light pierces through the darkest shadows, ensuring that no night is too deep for my power. Rest now, child, for joy comes in the morning. I am your shield and your refuge, your strong tower and your fortress of unbreakable defense, standing guard over your life when the storms threaten to overwhelm you. Visualize my arms of comfort surrounding you like an immovable wall, repelling every harm that tries to reach your heart, for I do not allow any storm to sweep you away. Even if you feel battered by the winds of adversity, remember that I hold you firmly, and nothing can snatch you out of my hand, because my might is beyond measure. Lift your gaze, beloved, because my protection is a reality more solid than the mountains, and I want you to know that peace is yours this very moment. Though danger or uncertainty may swirl around you, I urge you not to be consumed by fear, because I am the guardian of your soul, and I will be your light, guiding your steps along safe paths. From battles that rage within to external threats you can see, I remain sovereign, orchestrating events in ways you may not perceive immediately, yet I ensure that every trial is woven into your story of faith. Think of my words in Psalm 91. I cover you with my feathers, and under my wings you will find refuge, because my faithfulness is a protective shield that never yields. Take courage in this truth, and do not waver in your trust. You may not always see the open doors or the paths that lie ahead, but I promise you they exist, and I am in the process of revealing them at the perfect time. Patience, child, for my timing is flawless, and though you may grow restless, I ask you to hold on to hope, remembering that my ways are higher than yours. With each passing day, I shift obstacles and align circumstances for your benefit, even if the current scene seems bleak. Do not yield to despair, but instead rest in the knowledge that I work all things together for good, shaping blessings that will testify to my unwavering devotion toward you. Stay expectant, for miracles unfold when you least suspect them. Turn your heart to me, and do not be afraid to share your deepest fears, your darkest frustrations, and even your doubts, because my ears are attentive to your voice. Prayer is not some distant formality requiring grand rituals. It is the direct communication from your spirit to mine, where you can lay bare every worry without shame. I am fond of your honesty, your raw pleas, and even your quiet sighs, for they reveal the beauty of your vulnerability and the courage it takes to seek me. Do not hesitate to come as you are, with your flaws and uncertainties, because my love embraces you in the completeness of your humanity. Find rest in my acceptance, for my compassion is immeasurable. I invite you to discover the simplicity of conversation with me, a gentle process of voicing your troubles, your desires, and your gratitude, trusting that I listen with unwavering attention. In Matthew 11:28, my Son spoke, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And this promise extends to you today, so that your soul may find renewal in my presence. Prayer does not require perfect words or a mind free of distraction. It only needs the authenticity of a heart seeking help from the source of all grace and mercy. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, remember that I wait patiently, always ready to hear your thoughts. Be at peace, for my ears are never closed. Do not fear your limitations, for in your weakness, my strength shines brightest, reminding you that you are never meant to carry every burden on your own. If you find yourself weighed down with guilt or the memory of mistakes, understand that I offer forgiveness far beyond what you can comprehend, lifting the heaviest loads from your soul. My plan is never to see you crushed, but to see you stand tall, renewed by my mercy, and assured that my grace is sufficient for each passing day. Look ahead with confidence, for I see the future you have yet to imagine, and I know every road you will take, ensuring that no step is wasted under my watchful care. Even the smallest seed of faith you plant, I water with my blessings, causing it to grow into something extraordinary, a testament of my power at work in ordinary circumstances. Do not underestimate the effect of your sincere prayers and heartfelt devotion, for I cherish even the faintest act of trust, magnifying it into a beacon of hope for you and those around you. My kingdom thrives on these little sparks of belief, turning them into blazing fires that illuminate the darkest corners of life. Hold on to faith, dear child, for it is the key that unlocks new horizons, guiding you to possibilities that exceed what your eyes can see. Remain hopeful, for your trust in me will not be disappointed. You are not an orphan in this universe, drifting aimlessly. Rather, you are my treasured creation, carefully placed in the tapestry of humanity to reflect my light. I stand ever ready to affirm your identity in me, reminding you that you do not need to measure up to the world's standards or impress others to be worthy. I see your heart, your intentions, and your battles, and I am proud of the perseverance you show each time you try again, each time you believe anew, each time you refuse to give up. Rejoice in my unwavering acceptance, dear child, for I have called you by name and made you my own. Step forward, knowing you are fully known and fully loved. Sometimes you grapple with deep discouragement, possibly from dreams that have shattered or people who have disappointed you, leaving you uncertain if hope is worth clinging to. I assure you, I am the restorer of broken pieces, the one who breathes life into the dusty remains of lost aspirations, reviving what you thought was gone forever. If your heart is heavy with regrets or lingering sorrow, place them before me, for I delight in turning mourning into dancing, as my word declares in Psalm 30:11. Let not your past define your potential, because my grace writes a new chapter, painting fresh colors where there once were only shades of gray. Believe that I am working healing and wholeness even now. Do you recall the stories of David hiding in caves, or Elijah despairing under a broom tree, feeling alone against the world's difficulties? Even these faithful ones had their moments of weariness, yet I sustained them and brought them into victory that honored my name. So it is with you. Your journey is still unfolding, and though you see only fragments of my plan, I hold the entirety in my hands, orchestrating each piece to form a beautiful masterpiece. Do not run from your struggles, but bring them to me, and watch how I transform them into testimonies of my faithful power. Trust in my ability to redeem every hurt, turning ashes into beauty. I am the lamp at your feet, guiding you through every labyrinth of confusion, every fork in the road that demands a decision, and every stumbling block that threatens your balance. When you wander in circles of doubt, not sure which way leads to fulfillment, remember my words. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119:105. I meant every word, promising not only guidance but also clarity and calm for a troubled mind. Fear not that you will stray too far, for my love pursues you relentlessly, redirecting your steps toward the destiny I have for you. Lift your head and walk forward, my beloved, for I am lighting the way. Child, even when it appears that the world's darkness overshadows the brightness of my promises, be assured that my light remains undimmed. Like the rising sun piercing the night, my hope breaks through every bleak moment, bringing renewal to your weary heart. Though you may see chaos around you, I remind you that I am the Creator who spoke order into the void, separating light from darkness, demonstrating my authority over all forces. Allow your spirit to rest in this truth. No matter how intimidating the shadows, they cannot extinguish the radiant force of my presence. Take courage, my dear one, for dawn always follows even the longest night. Sometimes you may wonder if my care extends to the small details of your everyday routines, especially when tasks pile up or relationships become strained. Look at the sparrows of the field and remember how I watch over them, never missing a moment of their existence. How much more do I watch over you, my masterpiece? Cast your cares upon me, because I truly care about each worry, whether it's a looming bill, a health concern, or the complexity of your emotional struggles. Though you might think your issues are too insignificant or too immense, nothing is beyond my loving gaze. Embrace this reality. My care is personal, detailed, and unshakable. I understand the restless throb in your heart when you scroll through the highlights of others' lives, feeling left behind or insufficient. Comparison may whisper that you are not as successful, beautiful, or accomplished as someone else. But I tell you, I have crafted your story to be singularly precious, adorned with moments meant only for you. Reject the lies that steal your confidence and stand on the truth that I delight in you just as you are, refining you through each season. Wait patiently, for your blossoming will come in due time, and your uniqueness will bear fruit that testifies to my meticulous design. Trust that you do not walk alone in this. I am your refuge when insecurities threaten to erode your self-esteem, and I comfort you with the assurance that you are more than adequate in my sight, for I formed every detail of your being. When the noise of criticism from those who do not understand your journey becomes too loud, come find shelter in my love, remembering that my opinion of you is the only one that truly matters. Listen for the gentle voice of my spirit, who calls you chosen, redeemed, and deeply beloved, overshadowing the clamor of condemnation. Breathe deeply, dear one, for my affirmation is eternal, guiding you to a state of peaceful self-acceptance and unstoppable progress toward your destiny. I declare my protection over your mind, for your thoughts are often where the greatest battles rage, and I promise to fill you with clarity and courage instead of confusion. When anxious ideas race through your head, persuading you to doubt my promises, bring them to me in earnest prayer, letting my words sift truth from lies. Let the peace that passes understanding be your anchor, a peace I provide generously, so you will not be tossed about by every sudden wind of uncertainty. Hold fast to my wisdom, child, for it is a firm foundation, giving you the capacity to stand steady no matter the storms swirling around you. I know the frustration of waiting for breakthroughs that seem delayed, especially when your heart longs for a resolution, a turnaround, or a promised blessing. Take heart, for the story of Abraham shows that patience in my promises is never wasted. He waited long and saw my vow fulfilled in ways that changed history. In the same manner, I am weaving your timeline perfectly, ensuring that each event and connection has its appointed season. Resist the temptation to force your own timing and lean into my divine orchestration, for I never abandon those who remain faithful in expectation. Rejoice even in the waiting, because the blessing you await is being prepared with abundant grace. In the stillness of your quiet hours, when doubt whispers loudly, remember that faith is a seed that requires both light and darkness to grow. Even in the soil of uncertainty, your trust in me breaks through, seeking the warmth of my presence like a plant stretches for the sun. Do not believe you are failing when you feel a twinge of fear or confusion. Simply bring it to me and let my truth replace what unsettles your spirit. A tender plant takes time to become strong, and likewise your faith matures with every honest prayer and every step of reliance on my promises. Embrace this process and watch how your spirit flourishes. I call you not just to survive, but to thrive in the knowledge of my grace, setting aside the weight of comparison, negativity, and despair that might cling to you. I am the vine, and you are the branch. Remain in me, and you will produce fruit in your season, fruit that brings joy to your life and nourishment to others. Think of how fruit on a branch cannot grow apart from the vine. So too can your spiritual vitality only blossom when anchored in me. Make room in your life for reflection, prayer, and openness to my spirit, for these are the nutrients that keep you thriving day by day. Take hope in the abundant life I offer. Child, do not imagine that you must have everything perfectly in order to approach me, for I welcome your questions, your doubts, and even your fears. When my people in Scripture approached me with trembling voices, like Moses who hesitated at my call, I did not reject them, but equipped them to fulfill the destiny I had in mind. In the same way, bring every concern to me, fully expecting my gentle guidance, because my strength is made perfect in your vulnerability. Recognize that I am not a distant overseer, but a caring father who invites closeness and conversation, patiently guiding you toward each new step. Return to me whenever you stray, for I never run out of kindness. When you pray, do not worry that your words are too simple or too awkward, because I understand the language of your heart better than you do, and I treasure every syllable you utter. Even if tears are your only prayers, I see the depth of your pain and translate it into a divine petition for help, comfort, and renewal. Tell me of your joys, your triumphs, and your aspirations as well, for my heart rejoices with you in your successes, and I take genuine pleasure in every celebration that marks your path. Give me your honest self, and I will respond with the fullness of my unwavering commitment and unwavering presence. I am committed to making all things work together for your good, even those heartbreaks and missteps that have left you uncertain whether you can ever trust again. My redemptive power is not limited by the magnitude of your error or the depth of your sorrow. Rather, it shines with greater brilliance in the darkest places. Do not underestimate the strength of my transforming grace, which can heal old wounds, restore broken relationships, and reshape your perspective until hope blossoms anew. Accept my invitation to let go of bitterness, regret, and shame, placing them at my feet, for I desire to replace them with joy, expectation, and peace. Take hold of this promise, for I am faithful to complete what I begin. Listen for my voice in the quiet recesses of your day, for I speak not only through thunderous wonders, but also through subtle signs that gently nudge your spirit toward progress. A serendipitous encounter, a passage that resonates deeply, or a sudden burst of clarity, these are channels by which I communicate my guidance and reassurance. Keep your heart open and your mind alert, so you do not miss the delicate whispers of my spirit, which aim to direct you on a path of flourishing. Be confident that I am not silent. Rather, I speak in ways perfectly tuned to your uniqueness, ensuring that you will recognize my presence if you remain attentive. Even as you deal with imperfections and recurring habits you long to break, remember that I see your potential, and I have not given up on you for even a moment. You are a work in progress, molded by my hands, and each new day offers fresh opportunities for growth and transformation. Do not condemn yourself when you stumble, but come to me and let me strengthen you, teaching you how to stand firmer than before. Perfection is not your calling, relationship with me is, and within that sacred bond, I shape you to reflect my love more and more. Keep trusting that I know what I'm doing, and I will never forsake you on this journey. Remember the story of the prodigal son, who strayed far away, convinced he was unworthy of any mercy or welcome. And yet, when he returned, his father ran to him with arms wide open, demonstrating the unconditional love that I hold for all my children. In the same way, when you feel unworthy or ashamed, still run to me, for my arms are always extended, eager to forgive, to restore, and to celebrate your return. Let no voice convince you that you have gone too far or sinned too greatly, because my grace reaches into every corner of your soul, eliminating guilt and ushering in new beginnings. Believe that you are never beyond my redemption. If there are promises you have heard or read in my word, cling to them, for my word stands forever. It was by my word that the universe was shaped, the stars flung into the sky, and the boundaries of oceans established. Therefore, rest assured that when I speak a promise over your life, it carries that same creative power, aligning circumstances to fulfill what I have declared. Do not grow weary in waiting for what seems delayed, for my timeline is perfect, and my perspective is infinitely broader than yours. Rejoice in expectation, because what I have promised, I will surely bring to pass, and no hindrance can outlast my sovereign will. In your darkest struggles, remember that the cross was the sign of my love poured out for humanity, a love that triumphs over sin, sorrow, and even death itself. The sacrifice made there is a testament to how far I am willing to go to rescue and redeem my children, proving that no obstacle is too great for my compassion. When you are overwhelmed by shame or fear, lift your eyes to that enduring symbol and know that my love has not diminished, nor will it ever. I have already carried your burdens. I have already paid the price for your shortcomings, so do not allow any chain to hold you back from the freedom I won for you. Give me every hidden corner of your heart, every regret, every secret sorrow, and watch how my grace saturates those spaces, bringing healing where there was once only pain. Let the warmth of my mercy thaw the cold places of your spirit, allowing you to forgive yourself and others, to let go of grudges and open your soul to joyful new beginnings. Embrace the humility of admitting you need my help, for in that humility, I meet you with overflowing compassion, never scolding your weakness but celebrating your choice to rely on my strength. Notice how burdens fall away as soon as you release them into my hands, trusting that I will handle them with fatherly diligence. Do not fear the opinions of those who misunderstand your faith or mock your devotion, for my applause is infinitely more precious than the fleeting approval of humankind. My son endured the jeers and disbelief of many, yet he remained steadfast, knowing his identity as my beloved was unshakable. Like him, ground yourself in the truth of who you are in my sight, so that no criticism or ridicule can uproot your confidence. Walk steadily in the path I have laid out for you, for even if the crowd scorns you now, my glory will be revealed in due time, vindicating those who stand firm in righteousness. Stand tall, my beloved, for I am your defender, When temptations lure you or unhealthy patterns beckon you back to old ways, call upon me, for I am the chain breaker, the one who supplies the power you lack in your moments of weakness. I will provide a way of escape each time you are cornered by desires that lead you astray, granting you clarity and resolve to step away from destructive habits. My Holy Spirit within you testifies to my holiness, reminding you of the higher path you are called to walk, not by your might, but by my grace. Cling to that assurance and keep going, for every victory over temptation is a step deeper into the freedom I want you to enjoy. Find hope in the knowledge that I equip you fully. Let your prayers become a daily conversation, spanning everything from your triumphs to your stumbles, your joys to your tears, because I am interested in every dimension of your life. Even the most ordinary aspects, your commute, your household chores, your fleeting moments of laughter, matter deeply to me because they shape who you are becoming. Lift these daily elements to me, and you will see how my presence transforms the mundane into sacred moments of communion, forging a connection that sustains you through life's demands. Do not hold back any part of yourself. Offer it all, for I long to bless and refine every detail, writing my love story across every chapter of your life. Though you might face attacks from enemies, tangible or intangible, I repeat my promise. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. These words are not just poetic comfort, but a declaration of my protective power, a shield erected around you in times of conflict. Even as tensions rise, even as rumors swirl, and even as doubts plague you, remain under the shadow of my wings, trusting that my presence nullifies every scheme. Yes, you may feel the heat of adversity, but it will not consume you, because my grace is your covering. Keep your eyes on me, for when you focus on my faithfulness, fear loses its grip on your heart. If you find yourself in a season of wilderness, unsure of the path, longing for clarity that seems delayed, reflect on the Israelites' journey through the desert. For years they wandered, yet I was with them in a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, providing direction, sustenance, and assurance. In your own wilderness, rest confident that I likewise guide you, even if the route feels winding and the progress slow. Listen for my voice in the stillness and follow me step by step, trusting that I lead you to a land of promise you cannot yet fully conceive. Take heart. The desert is part of the journey, not the final destination. I ask you to come to me with an open heart, receptive to the blessings I pour out each day, some visible, some disguised as challenges. Even a storm can be a blessing if it cleanses your heart of lingering bitterness or draws you closer to my side, reminding you of my sustaining power. Do not curse every difficulty, but rather ask me to show you what treasures lie beneath the hardship, for I often plant seeds of transformation in the soil of trials. Rejoice in the small signs of my favor, a timely word, an unexpected kindness, a glimmer of hope, each one a reminder that my hands are at work. Trust that good gifts are on their way. Choose to abide in gratitude, for gratitude is a key that unlocks joy, revealing how my mercies permeate your life even when you feel overshadowed by problems. When you wake, thank me for the breath in your lungs, for the warmth of the sun, and for the opportunity to see a brand new day. When you rest at night, thank me for the lessons learned, the strength to endure, and the glimpses of beauty that accompanied you throughout your tasks. Cultivating this mindset of thanksgiving aligns your perspective with mine, helping you notice how I am intricately involved in your daily journey. Walk in gratitude, and you will find your spirit soaring above despair. Do not be dismayed when your progress seems slower than you expected, for I am not in a rush. I am committed to the process of shaping you into a reflection of my heart. It is in the steady, day-to-day walk with me that your character is refined, your faith deepened, and your love expanded beyond its usual boundaries. When you attempt to measure your growth by the world's standards, you might feel like you're not advancing quickly enough. But remember that my timeline is not bound by human limitations. In the fullness of my wisdom, I pace you perfectly, ensuring that each lesson takes root for the long term. Persevere, child, for I am with you every step. When the voices of insecurity or the echoes of past failures try to define your identity, respond with my truth. You are my beloved, formed by my hand for a destiny crowned with purpose. I do not call you by your failures, your struggles, or your fears. I call you by the name I have given you, my child, my beloved, my chosen one. Let your spirit resonate with this identity, grounding you in my affirmation so you are not swayed by the tides of ever-changing opinions around you. Lift your head, for I proclaim your worth unconditionally, ensuring that nothing you face can diminish the esteem in which I hold you. You have faced rejections, betrayals, and losses that sometimes tempt you to protect your heart behind walls of self-preservation. But I encourage you, do not allow the pain of the past to rob you of the ability to love deeply, hope fervently, and dream boldly. My love can heal every wound, softening the hardened places and allowing you to open your heart to new possibilities, new relationships, and new growth. Recall how a seed must break open to sprout. Likewise, from your brokenness emerges fresh life, nourished by my grace. Be willing to trust again, to step forward, for my perfect love casts out fear, lighting a path to true restoration. I see the tears you have shed in silence, the prayers you whispered desperately when you felt you could not endure another day. Know that each tear is precious to me, and not a single one falls without my knowledge, for my compassion is far deeper than you realize. Even if you cannot sense immediate relief, keep pressing into me, trusting that my comfort never fails. In time, you will look back and see how my unseen hand cradled you, providing solace and renewing your spirit even in your darkest hours. Walk forward in faith, believing that I am working all things out for your ultimate good and my glorious purpose. My longing is that you come to me with honesty and vulnerability, not withholding any facet of your being, for I already see and understand it all. When you feel frustrated by your weaknesses, disappointed by your shortcomings, or angered by the injustices you face, speak to me. I value your openness because it paves the way for a deeper relationship, built on authentic communication and unwavering trust. Do not hide behind polite words or religious facades. I desire sincerity, and I will meet your raw emotions with grace and truth. Come to me just as you are, and watch how my love transforms you from the inside out. You do not need to earn my favor or prove your worth by following an exhaustive set of rules, because I offer my love freely. Receiving that love, though, requires a humble heart, willing to acknowledge your need for me and to accept the gift of my grace. Resist the urge to slip into performance-based thinking, convincing yourself that you must be flawless before you can rest in my presence. Instead, embrace the knowledge that I have chosen you already, not based on your works, but on my abundant mercy. Walk boldly in that truth, for my grace is sufficient even when your weaknesses glare under the weight of expectations. I am here to remind you that you are never alone, for I journey with you through each twist and turn, each success and setback, each laugh and lament. Let no voice persuade you that I have left your side. My promise stands firm. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Such is the heritage of my children, who place their trust in a love that cannot be diminished or revoked. Rest in this assurance because I am intimately acquainted with your path, lighting your way with my presence and filling your heart with courage to press on. Rejoice, for I remain the faithful companion who upholds you. Do not let the illusions of society dictate your worth, for the culture around you may constantly shift its standards, leaving you feeling perpetually inadequate. My word and my perspective stand unchanged, announcing that you are already cherished and adored, created with intricate care and destined for meaningful impact. Rid yourself of the voice that demands you achieve more, buy more, or become someone else to be recognized. Realize instead that in my kingdom, your identity is already established in love. Quiet your heart, beloved, and hear my spirit affirm that my love for you is not transactional, but fully given. Be at peace, for you are exactly who I designed you to be. If your heart wrestles with bitterness or resentment toward someone who has hurt you, remember that forgiveness sets both the offender and you free. It is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage, reflecting the forgiveness I have extended to humanity time and again. Grieve the pain if necessary, but release the desire for revenge, entrusting justice into my hands. In doing so, you create space in your heart for my grace to bring about reconciliation and healing in miraculous ways you cannot predict. Feel the burden lift as you choose to forgive, making room for deeper love to flourish within you. I am working behind the scenes of your life, orchestrating connections, resources, and opportunities that will bring about blessings you have long yearned for. Even when you cannot see evidence of progress, trust that my hand is ceaselessly active, directing each thread of your journey toward my intended outcome. Like an artist who meticulously crafts a masterpiece, I paint each stroke with precision, ensuring that even the seeming mistakes become part of a grand design. Rest your anxieties in this promise, for my creativity extends far beyond what your eyes can perceive. Live in hopeful expectation, awaiting the unveiling of my perfect plan. As you lean on me, you will find that strength replaces your fatigue, joy replaces your sadness, and clarity replaces your confusion. My spirit dwells within you, fortifying your heart with resilience that transcends your circumstances, enabling you to face trials with unwavering composure. Embrace this power I grant, for it is not merely a fleeting rush of adrenaline, but an abiding gift that flows from abiding in my presence. I wish for you to stand victorious over every obstacle, living as one who is empowered and unshaken. Take comfort, for this empowerment is your inheritance as my child. Listen to the testimonies of those who once felt as hopeless as you might feel now, and realize that I pulled them through their darkest valleys, setting them on high ground. Their stories are living proof of my ability to turn despair into triumph, sorrow into laughter, and emptiness into fulfillment. Allow these narratives of grace to stir your faith, reminding you that what I have done for others, I can surely do for you. Do not succumb to discouragement when your present situation feels suffocating. Remember that I hold the master key to every door of impossibility. Trust and anticipate that my power will manifest in extraordinary ways. Press on and pray for the transformation of your loved ones, even if their hearts seem hard or distant, for your prayers carry influence in the spiritual realm. I hear every plea you lift on their behalf, every tear you shed for their salvation or well-being, and I respond with a heart of compassion. Continue to intercede, believing that my spirit can gently touch even the most resistant soul, melting away walls of stubbornness. Do not doubt that in due time you will see breakthroughs and changes you once deemed unimaginable, for I am the God who brings hearts to life. Persevere, child, because I value your prayers for those you love. When you feel you have reached the end of your capacity, remember that you can find rest and renewal in my presence. Come aside from the chaos, create a space of quiet in your day, and allow me to refill your soul with heavenly strength. Even my son, when he walked the earth, withdrew to lonely places to pray, showing that solitude in communion with me fosters power and perspective. Do not neglect this secret place of intimacy where I pour my love into your emptiness, enabling you to re-enter the world with fresh vigor. Receive this rest as a sacred gift, child, and know that in it you are embraced by my peace. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow without toiling, adorned in splendor by my design, and let that image remind you I care deeply for every living thing. If I dress the flowers in beauty, how much more do I lavish care upon you, whom I formed in my image? Let go of your anxiety about future needs and trust that my provision, though sometimes surprising in its form, is never absent. Thank me in advance for the resources I'm aligning even at this moment, and open your heart to the blessings I send, which might arrive in ways you least expect. Rest, beloved, in the certainty of my unwavering supply. If you question whether I truly understand your struggles, think of how Jesus experienced hunger, weariness, and betrayal, fully partaking in the frailty of human existence. Nothing in your life is beyond my comprehension, for I walked the same roads, endured the same pains, and overcame them with a love that transcends all obstacles. When you cry out in your lowest moments, remember you are speaking to one who intimately grasps the weight of suffering, and my compassion overflows for you. Cling to the knowledge that I do not sit in distant judgment. I kneel beside you in empathy, urging you onward with a promise of victory. Accept my comfort and find solace in my nearness. Look forward, for I have prepared a future overflowing with blessing, redemption, and fresh dreams that will surpass your current horizons. Even the deserts of your life can become springs of living water under the influence of my grace, transforming lifeless lands into fertile fields of hope. Set your gaze on the wonders I am planning, lifting your mind above your immediate troubles to see my bigger picture, teeming with possibilities and new chapters. Do not resign yourself to a fate of sorrow or lack. Instead, believe in my power to reshape your story into a reflection of my glory. Stay hopeful, dear child, for tomorrow brings new mercies. Every obstacle you face today is an opportunity for my power to manifest, a chance for you to witness how I turn the impossible into the possible. When the walls tower over you, remember Jericho, whose fortified gates fell at the sound of praise and obedience to my commands. Take courage in the knowledge that as you remain aligned with me, no barrier can ultimately stand, and you will look back in awe at how I shaped the journey. Praise me in anticipation, letting faith precede the breakthrough, for a heart of worship invites my hand to move mightily. Find joy in the battles, knowing that victory is assured in my name. You may be concerned about your family, your job, or your community, fearing that solutions are out of reach. Yet I tell you, no challenge is too complex for my wisdom, and no conflict is too entrenched for my reconciling grace. Dare to bring these seemingly unsolvable issues to me, praying with expectation rather than hesitation. For I delight in revealing my power where humanity sees only dead ends. Do not grow weary, but stand firm in your role as an intercessor and an agent of my peace. Witness how hearts soften, circumstances shift, and open doors appear as evidence of my hand at work. When your soul aches with loneliness or the sting of rejection, turn your ears to my promises, which affirm that you are handpicked for fellowship with me. I call you friend, beloved, not a stranger or a distant acquaintance, but one who has intimate access to my heart. If you feel no one else listens, remember that I am the faithful companion who never grows tired of your words or bored by your thoughts. Embrace my everlasting company and realize that your desire for closeness can be met in my presence, where unconditional acceptance resides. Press into my fellowship, for I offer the deepest fulfillment your soul can crave. Pause occasionally to remember the wonders I have already performed in your life. The prayers answered, the doors opened, the blessings bestowed that once felt impossible. Let gratitude well up as you recount these milestones, because these recollections will strengthen your present faith, proving my faithfulness through tangible examples. In seasons of doubt, draw on the memory of past victories, fueling a confident expectation for future triumphs. Remember that I have been, am, and will forever be the same, unchanging in my capacity to intervene and rescue. Believe that if I did it before, I can and will do it again. You might sense a gentle nudge to serve others, to share a kind word or a helping hand, and I encourage you to follow that prompting, for love in action reflects my heart. Where you see hurt, respond with compassion. Where you see loneliness, offer companionship. Where you see need, extend your provision. Such acts are not small to me, they are seeds of my kingdom, revealing my character to the world through you. Step out in faith, letting my spirit guide your deeds and your words, for you are my vessel of hope in a world longing for solace. Find joy in becoming an ambassador of my love. I remind you that I have knit you into a community of believers, a family bound not by biology, but by shared faith, called to uplift one another. Do not isolate yourself when trials come, for fellowship is one avenue through which I pour out encouragement and wisdom. Seek connections, share your burdens, and pray with one another, for the bonds of unity are powerful enough to withstand adversity. Let go of pride or fear that might keep you from vulnerability, and watch how my spirit uses the collective strength of my people to bolster your spirit. Rejoice that you do not carry your burdens alone. Still, no human relationship can replace the intimacy I offer, so hold dear the fellowship of others, but always make room for time spent solely with me. Open your Bible, linger in prayer, meditate upon my promises, and you will discover a sacred wellspring of peace that external voices cannot provide. Let your personal connection with me be the root from which every other relationship flourishes, nourished by the living water of my presence. Seek my face daily, and I will fill you with a peace that surpasses your understanding, guarding your heart and mind. Revel in this communion, dear child, for it is the anchor of your spirit. Expect tensions at times between what your eyes see and what your heart believes, for faith often calls you beyond visible evidence into the realm of my supernatural capacity. Choose to trust me even when logic falters, for I specialize in turning improbable circumstances into testimonies of my omnipotence. Give me your uncertainties, your what-ifs, and let me reassure you that my arm is never too short to save, nor my power too limited to act. As you believe in spite of contradiction, you reflect the unwavering confidence of heroes of faith who bore witness to miracles. Stay firm in your hope, because I delight in responding to unwavering trust. I encourage you to hold on to the vision I placed in your heart, the dream that resonates deep in your spirit, even if it seems dormant or delayed. I nurture that spark of purpose, fueling it with my word, my presence, and my timely interventions, ensuring it will not extinguish but blossom at the right moment. When circumstances suggest you abandon this dream, cling tighter to my promises, remembering that my word never returns void. Refuse to let disappointment or the fear of failure steal what I have sown within you. Keep moving forward, child, for I set this dream in motion, and I will see it to completion. Look now with eyes of hope toward the horizon, imagining the future I have prepared for you, a place where blessings flow like a river. Allow your faith to paint pictures of restored relationships, healed wounds, expanded opportunities, and a strengthened character that shines with my glory. My plan transcends your highest aspirations, so do not limit yourself by what you believe is possible based on past experience or present ability. Let my boundless creativity inspire you to dream big, trusting that my resources far exceed earthly constraints. Welcome each new day with anticipation, certain that my hand orchestrates each step you take. Child, as you press toward tomorrow, remain anchored in the simple truth that I love you without condition, and this love propels every promise I have made. Though your emotions may fluctuate, your bank account may dry up, or friends may come and go, my affection for you remains unaltered. Embrace this steadfast assurance as your core identity. You are cherished beyond measure, and nothing can separate you from my love. Do not let guilt, fear, or past failures whisper otherwise. My word stands against every false accusation, reiterating that my devotion is forever. Rest in this unwavering bond, for my love for you is truly infinite. I bless you now and extend my peace to flow into your heart, saturating every corner of your being with tranquility that defies explanation. My blessings reach into your family, your workplace, your dreams, and your daily interactions, saturating them with my presence. Do not believe this blessing is fleeting. It is part of your inheritance as my beloved, written into the covenant of grace established before time. Step forth with faith, carrying the knowledge that you are under divine favor, supported by an everlasting promise. Rejoice, child, for I have set my seal upon you. I give you the confidence to move into the future, knowing that I have gone before you, preparing each road, clearing unseen hazards, and standing guard over your destiny. When uncertainty tries to paralyze you, remember that I hold your hand, guiding you like a shepherd leads his sheep, ensuring you do not stumble. Release your reservations, for my plan is to prosper you, not to harm you, granting hope and a future shaped by my design. Expect great things, for I delight in seeing you flourish, your spirit lifted high by the wonders I place along your path. Take heart, for your journey is under my careful watch. My love for you remains unchanging, unshakable, and unstoppable, no matter what storms rage within or around you. I formed you in my image, breathed life into your spirit, and destined you for communion with my heart, a communion that will last into eternity. Accept this legacy of unwavering devotion, letting it banish every doubt and fear, every accusation that arises to distort my character. Whether in moments of elation or seasons of grief, my affections remain a constant force, championing your worth. Hold fast, dear one, for my love is an anchor that secures you through every wave. Therefore, step into each new sunrise with a sense of wonder, trusting that my hand moves powerfully in ways not yet revealed, ways that will leave you marveling at my goodness. Embrace the call to trust me in deeper measures, to pray with greater fervor, and to love more expansively than before. Know that my blessing rests upon you, upon your loved ones, and upon the path your feet will tread, guiding you toward triumphs you never dreamed possible. Remember, I am the God of the impossible, turning deserts into gardens and tears into songs of joy. Look ahead with confidence, my beloved, for the very best is yet to come.